everyone, Jeri Bellini here today. We are going to make this cute little, this little basket. And we're going to be using the cloth yarn. I sent up a video last night. We're going to be using that to make this. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, we're going to go over the supplies first. And the first thing really that you have to have is this. It's called fiber cord. I sell it in my Etsy shop, but if you can find something else that will work for you, then go for it. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of like clothesline, but not really, because it's very soft. And it's got, see, the inside of it is like this. I don't even know what that is. And don't ask me what it's made of. I asked the company 50 times and they can't answer me. Don't ask me why. So it's got like this mesh on top of it, so we have to deal with that at some point, but you need some of this. All right, put that aside. You're going to need some of the cloth yarn. I put up a 10-minute technique last night showing you how to make cloth yarn, and I didn't know what else to call it. So it is yarn that I made out of cloth, and I use it just like you would use yarn. And you can use little bits of scraps to make it, or you can use long pieces. So have at it. You're going to need, oh, let me show you mine before we move on. So I crochet with mine, not always. I don't do this all the time, but I like to crochet with it. I use a really big needle and crochet loosely, and just crochet whatever, and then leave it and then rip it out. And when I rip it out, it's all scrunchy. And I like to use it like this, as well as using it flat. So there you have that. So we're gonna need some cord, thread, and not sewing thread. So some kind of a thickish, or it has to be strong, has to be sturdy. I don't know what this is. It's a little silky, so it's not the best to use, but I did use this because it was green and I wanted to, but it's very, very strong. But I don't know if you can see the thickness of it. And then this is, it's called rug braiding cording. I love this stuff. So I used to braid rugs too. Oh yeah, I did a lot of stuff. So I have every supply you can probably think of. This is wax linen. Love wax linen. This is a perfect opportunity to use your wax linen. It's a great thread for this. Now, the needle. So I gave you a couple options. If you have some other yarn or thread, try it. I mean, seriously. The only thing is you have to get the needle that works with whatever cord or thread you use. So this is, I don't know if this is a tapestry needle or not, but it's got a sharp point. So you need a sharp point, but you need a thick needle. And most tapestry needles, I think, have a dull point. So you see what I'm saying? Sharp point, thick needle. It's got to have a big eye so you can get whatever cord you have in it. This is a must because sometimes your needle gets stuck in the cording or the cloth or whatever, and you hurt your hand. And so I use this, pull the needle through. And then glue, and you can use whatever glue you want. This is my favorite glue for this project because it's loose and watery, maybe, and it has a nice pointy thing, and I just squeeze it and get a little dot of it wherever I want. I do love E6000. It's a little more bloppy, and when it comes out, but you can certainly use it, and it tends to want to just keep coming out. But you see it's much thicker. All right, so there, we just went over everything we need, and I would love to show you the project now. I'm going to just push this stuff out of the way. Isn't it adorable? It's adorbs, okay? It's a teeny tiny basket or vessel, whatever you want to call it, and I used this, so it's kind of lumpy bumpy, and I love that. And I put my orts in it. So it is pretty small. It's 3 feet. 3 feet. Yeah, can you imagine 3 feet? It's 3 inches. Jeri, it's 3 inches by 2 inches tall. I used 2 yards of fiber coil to make this. So just to give you an idea of how much fiber cord you would need. Isn't it adorable? So yeah, it's housing my orts. I just love it. By the way, yes, you can also just use strips of cloth. For me, the point is to use up my scraps and also have the connection lumps as a design element. I do use these cloth balls of yarn in so many other ways, which I'll share with you along our creative journey. First thing we're going to do is grab our fiber cord, grab a scissor, and slice it so that it kind of comes to a point-ish. So now I was just messing with this. So it's all kind of crazy. So fiber cord comes with this mesh on it, and you have to deal with that. So you have to glue on the edge, because otherwise the whole thing will just keep going and fraying. So I'm going to take some of my beautiful Fabric Tack glue and squeeze it on there. And I'm using my finger. You can use a stick or whatever if you want to. So you just want to kind of get the glue so the whole thing doesn't fray, and you're ready to start as soon as I get the glue off my finger. And no, this is not a stitch and story time, but I am talking a lot. Now we're going to start by putting some of our cloth yarn on the end, and you're just going to kind of do it on an angle. And you're going to try to get as close to the point as you can. Let it hang over a little bit. So the yarn, the glue is still a little damp. And you're just going to do the best you can and start the wind. And don't go really very far. Just get it started on that slanty piece. Okay, right there. That's good. And then just set it down and let it dry. Now, for some reason, if the fiber cord is still sticking out at the end, don't worry about it. You can just cut it off. But I got lucky this time. Now, let it dry thoroughly. Okay, so just set it down and let it dry. And then we'll come back. Now you're going to take your needle and just aim and shoot to come out right around here. And if you need your flat nose pliers to pull the needle through, this is a tapestry needle, and there's a little knot on the end. Okay, so now I'm going to cover the knot, and I'm not worrying about the lump because this basket is going to be kind of organic looking because I'm using this yarn that's been crocheted and ripped out, so it's all already crunkled and wrinkled, and I love it. All right, so now we're just going to do that a couple of spins, or wraps I should say, and now we're going to get ready to start stitching this. So you do that by folding this over And let's wrap it just a little more. We need a little more. I cut a length of that yarn, that cloth yarn ball off. Okay, so now we do that and just fold it around again. So now this is coming from the bottom. See that? We're going to go up and around and down into the middle. See where we came out? And then we're going to go up. Okay, so here's where we came up and we're going down. Keep your pliers handy in case you need them. Okay, we're going to go around and back up. Okay, I like to do this when I'm getting started. I like to do it again. So I'm going to go down. Okay, and I'm coming from the bottom, so now I'm going to go around. Just getting started, I'm going to use the pliers. Getting started, the first few rounds is a little tricky, so just go slow. Okay, now that should be holding it. All right, now we're going to keep wrapping. And you can spread this out with your finger if you want to, or you can leave it bunched up. You can open it up and spread it out with your finger. Do a little bit of both. So I even like to twist it on purpose because this is organic. If you want it to be really flat and smooth, then just keep opening it up. Okay, and when you have enough wrapped on here, just make sure that this doesn't show, and you do have your green marker. You can start to bend it. Again, you're creating a coil. And you're coming out through the bottom. And you want to come up. You want to come up here. Down and around. So it's an S. If you can think of it, it's an S shape. So it's up and down and around and back like that. So you want to go back. Okay, and if you feel like it's not holding, go through the previous row. Okay, and then back up. So you never want to jump across two lanes. You never want to do that. So you're always going to go up and down. Oops. Try not to pierce your thread. Okay, now back around. Now, take some time to do your wrapping. So my light broke that I'm using, and I'm so mad. I haven't even had it for three months, not even 3 months, and the screw came out of the ring where the ring lights, I'll have to show it to you sometime, where the light is connected to the pole. So I actually have a hammer holding it up. Brian's coming tomorrow. He said he would try to fix it for me, but I'm not happy. And I called the company, but you can't get in touch with them because, you know, I bought it on Amazon and you have 30 days. Okay, so we're going back under here. Okay, now we're going back into this previous row. Okay, and back up right there. So now we're ready to wrap again. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing that. You just have to wrap a little bit on your cord. Roll it around. It does get faster. So up. See, we just went right around that. And now back down through the one prior. Trying to hold them together. I feel like the light's gonna fall on me. That will be interesting because I have the hammer is right here where you can't see it. Okay, so now I'm gonna wrap. I've got about, I don't know, 2 feet, 3 feet maybe tops over here because you don't want it too long because it'll just get tangled. And I love all the ratty edges. All right, now let's wrap it. Okay, so up through there. I should be telling you a story, shouldn't I? But it's not stitch and story time. It's make a basket time or make a coaster time or whatever it is you want to make. You can make something flat like coasters or placemat or I don't know, what do they call those? Rug mugs? That's a coaster. I went through the cloth. So you keep your pliers, your flat nose pliers handy because sometimes you're going to need them. Okay, now back up here. I suppose it would have been helpful if I had used a different color. So I can go back down here and then I'm ready for the next stitch. See this stuff? This is like loose threads. Normally I would just leave them in there, but I think they're going to get in the way for you to see what I'm doing, so I pulled it out. I'm going to open this a little bit. And feel free to like put a little dot of glue on here. So like if I was going to be done for the night or something and I wanted to put this down, I would take a clip of some sort, a clothespin or something, and put it on here, but I'm not against putting a little dot of glue under there either. Let's put a little dot of glue. I'll show you. I always keep my glue covered because it dries out so quickly. And even if the glue comes through the cloth, Don't worry about it because you're never going to see it. Because it's going to be coiled up inside. So see the difference when I open this up? And this is actually the wrong side of the cloth that's on the outside, but I like it. I'm fine with it. Looks like army green. So there we go. Just push it around. See where I'm coming from? Now you can really see what I did on the bottom there. I'm coming from there. I'm coming around, going straight down. It is easier if you don't pierce the cloth. And then back up through the prior. Oh, I'm going to definitely need the plier for that. I went right through the, I felt that go right through the fiber cord. Down and around. All right, and I'm just going to keep doing that. And I will come back when I have the base for a basket. So you can make your basket any size. You see now, if you let go, what happens? So when you pull it tight, it just pulls it right in. So you can make your basket any size you want. So I'm going to make a small one. So I'll come back in a few minutes when I have a base, and then we'll do the sides. Okay, I came back to show you a few things that might make this a little easier for you, and I'm calling them cheats. Cheats. C-H-E-A-T-S. So here's the clips that I like to use, and I'm running out of cloth. Get this out of my way. I'm running out of cloth. And so I wanted to show you how to add more. That was number one. So we'll do that first. So see this right here? I like it, so I'm not taking it off. It's going to make interesting, some interesting texture. So I cut off another piece of length from my cloth yarn, and I'm just going to lay this in there. Now you can do a couple things here. You can make this be really textural and leave out little magagi things. You can always trim them off later. I'm going to put a little glue here, or you can just push this down further and just hide the end in there. But you are going to need a little glue. Oops, geez, stringy. And I'm just going to lay this in there. And then lay this over. And here's my new piece. And we're going around this way, right? So I'm coming towards myself. So there's the end of the last one and the beginning of the next one. Now, I think it would be a little easier if we opened it up a little bit. And you could be using a very fresh, brand new ball, and so yours is already open. But I want to keep this little knot that's at the end here. I want to keep that from getting hidden underneath. So now I'm just going to, you see what you do? You're just playing with it to get it in there. So now I'm just going to put another little dot of glue on here to hold it together. And then wrap it. twice. And I'm hoping to leave this little knot out there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna wrap it a couple times. You see I have my clip is still there. These clips are really strong. It's better than a clothespin. But if that's all you have is a clothespin, you know, use that. Just fiddle with it a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna go a little further because I want to show you something. So you can wrap a lot and then go back and lace. It's just getting started. You have to do it slow. All right, now I'm going to put my clip on here so that that doesn't unravel on me. Let me put it that way. So that doesn't unravel on me, and I'm going to go back up to here. Okay, so I'm going to run out of thread soon, but you add the thread just the way you added in the beginning. So now I just want to show you that once you get past this initial teeny tiny, you can do this. Watch. So up and around, and now I have to go back under the previous row, so I definitely need my needle for that. And sometimes it just helps to just turn it over so you can see what you're doing. And you see my little cord is sticking out. All right, I'm gonna dot this with a green marker. And if you have like a tweezer or something too, you can use a tweezer to pull the cloth back over. So I don't have a tweezer, but I have this. So this is folded in half. Okay, it's gonna be fine, trust me. So now I have to go back under. And now I can just use my hand without pulling on the needle. Okay. I hope this is making sense. Yes, I don't know why I say that. We all say it. I hope this makes sense. I don't. Why do we say that? Because we hope it makes sense. Like you're going to say, wait, Jer, it's not making sense. Do it again. So that's why I sit here for 10 minutes. Okay, so see what we're doing? So now we're just going to go back under there and come back around. And let's just say we get through this whole process and we see that the cloth separated way back here. Take a needle and some of your cording and just go back and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it. Okay, so let me show you this is the inside or the wrong side. This is going to be the outside. Okay. Sorry, I meant to go up through here. You don't want to forget that step because it connects the two rows. This is easier than it looks because it's very hard to do a video with a hammer in your way. Oh my gosh, what I won't do. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till Brian gets here. He's probably going to say, piece o' junk, Jer, buy a new one. But I'm not going to buy the same one. However, I do like this model of light. We're talking about the light again. I do like this model because there's a, I'm going to show you because somebody asked me to talk to you about how I do my YouTube videos and how I started my YouTube channel and blah, blah, blah. And I think that's very interesting, actually. I have learned so much in the last 6 months, and I'm still learning. I'm always learning. But I can share with you some of the basics that I have learned. Like lighting and, you know, I do use my phone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm getting ready to run out of thread. So I'm really going to do the opposite of what I did to start. I'm going to lose my thread. I'm going to go around here twice. In the same spot. Just so that it's nice and secure. And then I'm just going to take this, and I think I went a little too short, and try to go through some of this cloth here. And hope I'm still on screen. Okay. Uh-oh. See, I went too short with that, but it worked out okay. All right, that's it. Now, yeah, so then you can, if I had a longer thread, I'd go through some more, but I'm fine with that. I'm just going to leave that there for now. I'm not going to cut that off. And just keep going. So this is the right side. Believe it or not, this is the wrong side. I think it looks just as nice. So I'm just going to keep going. What I'm going to do right now is put my clip on here. And then I'm going to wrap some of my cloth on here. I don't like to work too far ahead in case, you know, something occurs while I'm stitching it together. But you know, I do a foot. I'll do a foot. All right, I'm going to hang up and I'll be back in a few minutes when I get to be the size of the base that I want. It looks okay on both sides, right? So just choose which side you want to be the outside and which side you want to be the inside, because now we're going to start the sides. So I'm not cutting any of this stuff off until I'm finished. So here we are. So I'm going around, I'm going this way, I'm working this way. But now I want to do the sides. So what I'm going to do is, instead of putting the edge, the fiber coil right on the edge, I'm going to just move it up a little bit. You see that? And I'm going to continue to stitch. And just by pulling this, I'm going to start to make it go up. So now I'm going to turn it over. And now I have to go down here. And now I go back in here. And around. And now I have to go back down here. And just make sure you pull it tight enough to keep it in place. Back down here. Around. So I'm calling it an S. I'm still doing the S. But you see how it goes from being flat to starting to have a side. So by going down where I just stuck my needle, that's going to keep it. See, when I pull on it, how it pulls it over. All right, I'm pretty sure you can see that. So I'm just going to keep going around. See, I have a wall already. See it? This is going to be a really small basket because I wanted to be able to finish it in a video. Here's our little vessel, basket, whatever you want to call it, and look how adorable it is. You end it the same exact way you started it. So you cut the tip on a slant, and then you put glue on it. And then you wrap your cloth around. And with any luck, we'll get this end just as good as we got the other one. Okay, so I came all the way around. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And now I have this, and it's all dried, so it will go really easy. And we're just going to keep stitching to finish it off. Be careful of the hammer, Jeri. So in and up. And you might have to, you know, tack it down with a little sewing thread or something. You have to see when you get around to this point if you can get it to stay down. But I will put a little glue on it as well. So every once in a while I do a few stitches and then I pull it. Now, before I just get over here and finish this little bit, you can see where I'm going with this. You can, as you're making this, you can like make it go in, you can make it go back out, just by adjusting the lip as you're sewing. So I just did mine straight. Just wanted to keep it simple. So I am going to add a little glue on here. You can embellish the rim of it with various things. You can sew beads on it. You can sew buttons. Yeah, that's sticking nice. Okay, so that's about it. I just, you know, finished stitching it down, and with the glue in place, it's not going anywhere. And it's adorable. All right, remember, keep moving, just play, no rules, and remember to find something to be grateful for today. I am always grateful for you, and I am grateful that the hammer didn't fall on me and that we created this really cute basket together. Bye for now.